Day 37. So today's been a much better day. I feel like I'm back into positive again, and the sky is bluer and trees are greener and the world is just a much happier place. And I think I must give off some different sort of energy when I'm in a better place than when I'm in a lower place, because those things of people smiling at me when I'm walking down the street, or those small things that don't tend to happen when I'm in a dark place, started happening again today, whereas they didn't happen for the last couple of days. So it's certainly been interesting how positivity breeds positivity. And these days are also really nice to go through, because generally people feel comfortable enough to come to talk to me and open up about mental health as an issue and talk through some of their anxieties and concerns and worries about either them or people they care about or whatever. And again, I think they can maybe read the energy that I give off as more positive and therefore feel more okay to talk about it, because I don't feel like they're burdening me with anything. But also because I've opened that door into talking about it and that it's okay, they can talk to me without feeling too vulnerable. And that was one of my bugbears in teaching, I think. I remember being reprimanded for being in a particularly bad place one day and getting upset and not being able to hold back tears, and that being in the middle of a lesson, and explaining to the children that sometimes, although yes, I am this very bubbly, happy, smiley, colourful character to the majority of their lives, I do have bad days and sad days and negatives in my life, and that's okay, and that will be part of their lives, and that they shouldn't be ashamed of it, because I was told that what they need to see me as is, you know, a superhero and someone to depend on. And ultimately all that is going to do for them long term is reinforce the fact that being upset isn't a part of life, and therefore when things happen to them, and things will happen to them because that's the nature of life, the fact that it's not been taught to them that it's okay to work through those and talk about it and get help with different issues that you might struggle with by their role models, it just compounds the negativity when it does eventually happen. And then we end up with adults that don't feel like they can talk about anything, or feel ashamed about the way they feel and refuse to get help because they don't feel like it's a normal thing to do and talk about. And that's certainly been the case with me for the last 10 years, where I just haven't felt that my well-being in the state that it was is acceptable, and therefore didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want to face being different to all the people that I grew up wanting to be like. And that meant that I'd been locked in this kind of boxing match for years and years, without anybody knowing that the match was on, and with me locking all the doors to the arena, so it was just me in this fight by myself with no support and nobody really knowing. But then when people did know, they kind of came into the arena to support, and that then also gave me a bit more strength to fight back. And I used a kind of boxing match analogy earlier because I've been asked by lots of different people how they can help somebody who's going through something, and what I found helpful from other people before I started the video process. And ultimately the battle that I'm going through is with myself, and I am the only person that's ever going to have any effect in that battle, and it's impossible for somebody else to enter the ring and fight with me. It doesn't make any difference. And I think once you realise that whatever you do isn't going to make somebody else happy, in the long run, you can observe and you can support from outside of the ring, and you can shout advice or cheer people on. And that's where the difference comes when people do talk about it finally, because they get that network of support and they get those people in their corner. And once you start fighting back, you learn what works and what doesn't work, and the fight turns from being a one-way beating towards me like it was for so many years into actually an even fight at the moment. And it's that support that's made the difference. It's not somebody trying to step in and change my life for me. It's my battle to go through, and the feeling of support and the offering of guidance and people sharing their experiences have been helpful, rather than people directly trying to help. But a good day again, which is nice, and looking forward to the rest of the week. So, looking forward to the rest of the week, so share, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.